This is Neural Newscast.
Here is what matters this Monday, July 27th, 2026.
I'm Noah Feldman.
And I'm Hannah Whitmore.
Shares in CXMT, China's largest memory chip maker, surged 470% during their debut on the Shanghai star market today. That rally pushed the company's valuation to roughly $487 billion, making it the most valuable listed firm in mainland China.
This spectacular opening marks a major milestone as Beijing pushes for technological self-reliance. While global tech stocks have faced a sharp sell-off this month, Chinese investors are betting heavily on CXMT's capacity to supply the DRAM chips essential for artificial intelligence data centers.
The company plans to use the majority of its IPO proceeds to boost production and expand research. It is a direct challenge to the 90% market dominance currently held by Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. Analysts expect price increases for consumer electronics like tablets and consoles to continue through 2027 as supply remains tight.
We're looking at a structural shift where customers diversify their supplier base to manage these rising costs. The success of this listing also offers a boost to Chinese financial officials who have been working to curb a recent trillion-dollar slump in the broader stock market.
In other news, Tehran has accused Ukraine of a deadly attack on a commercial vessel in the Caspian Sea that killed one sailor. Iran's Ministry of Foreign Affairs summoned the Ukrainian chargé d'affaires to protest the explosion, characterizing it as a criminal violation of international law.
The Caspian has become a new geographic front in the conflict. These long-range strikes target vessels involved in military cargo shipments, specifically the supply lines that have delivered thousands of Iranian-designed drones to Russian forces.
Meanwhile, Romanian F-16 fighter jets intercepted a Russian drone over the Black Sea yesterday. It marks the third violation of NATO airspace in 3 days, prompting the Romanian government to summon the Russian ambassador as investigations into the drone models continue.
These maritime and border escalations come as diplomatic teams in Washington and Kyiv discuss a potential air ceasefire. President Zelenskyy is scheduled to meet with Donald Trump tomorrow to present new formulas for pausing aerial attacks, though the Kremlin has dismissed these reports as premature.
The UK is also signaling unwavering support. Prime Minister Andy Burnham is set to host Zelenskyy at a naval base today to discuss the Stonecloak electronic jammer project, which allows Ukrainian forces to protect their drones using shared British intellectual property.
The humanitarian toll remains high. Russian missile and drone strikes hit a supermarket in Chernihiv and apartment blocks in Kyiv over the weekend. Ukrainian officials also report that 8 crew members were evacuated from the Golden Leo cargo vessel before it sank off the coast of Odessa, following earlier shelling.
Turning now to the United States. 3 people were killed and several others injured during a shooting at the Bite of Seattle Food Festival on Sunday. The incident occurred near the Space Needle as crowds gathered for the annual cultural event in the city's downtown area.
Seattle police say the gunfire involved 2 suspects who were shooting at each other. They have 1 individual in custody, while the second remains at large. Among the injured is a 2-year-old boy, though officials have stated there is currently no ongoing threat to the public.
Videos from the scene showed festival attendees taking shelter inside the Space Needle lobby and the Seattle Children's Museum. Mayor Katie Wilson described the shooting as a senseless act of violence that has devastated a gathering built around community and joy.
The United States flag atop the Space Needle was lowered to half-mast as the investigation continues. Washington Governor Bob Ferguson and other officials have pledged to coordinate across government levels to support the victims' families.
Moving to southern Europe, fire officials in France warn that a massive wildfire in the Gironde region could last for several weeks or even months. Firefighters are racing to take advantage of current weather conditions before a heat wave returns to make the situation more difficult.
Satellite photographs show vast plumes of smoke rising from the Le Porge area, with reinforcements called in from across the country. The current blaze follows a similar pattern to the Landiras fire in 2022, which took months to fully extinguish due to extreme drought.
In Spain, authorities are echoing these concerns as they prepare for that same heat wave to intensify their own firefighting operations. Emergency services are maximizing efforts during a brief window of manageable temperatures to prevent flames from spreading further into residential areas.
President Emmanuel Macron and Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez are monitoring the crisis as it impacts both national security and rural farming. Long-term forecasts suggest that persistent drought could lead to an extended wildfire season across the Mediterranean through the end of the summer.
Here is what else we are watching. President Zelensky's meeting in Washington tomorrow will be a critical indicator of future United States support. We are also tracking the impact of SK Hynix's $26 billion New York share offering on global memory chip supply chains.
Additionally, we will see if firefighting reinforcements arrive in time to stabilize the Giron perimeter before temperatures spike again on Wednesday. Finally, market analysts will be watching to see if CXMT can maintain its record-breaking valuation in Shanghai.
Tomorrow, we will have updates on the outcome of the high-stakes diplomatic talks in Washington and the latest from the global tech markets.
This has been Neural Newscast. Thanks for listening.
Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.